Hello, this will be a quick CSG and Papatran tutorial. I'll also cover how to get CSGs into the UI briefly in the latter half of this video. Let's get started. You're going to need a modeling tool and a texturing tool to do this. GIMP and Blender are both free. I recommend Blender for modeling. Let me go ahead and hop in and throw together a CSG really quick. And there we go. I think that'll be good enough. Right, let's create a UV map. And that's probably good enough. A lot of mountains and plateaus in Planetary Annihilation have all of their surfaces that aren't the base visible as one giant island, so this will be fine. If you cut it up like I did here, where the seam is, the textures won't line up. Let's go ahead and unwrap. Usually islands that are on the bottom are scaled way down, just because you can't see them in most cases, so if you scale that down, you can scale up other portions to take up more detail. Another thing is, if you're using multiple materials, you can have different textures for different portions of your mesh. If you have different materials, you can scale up those different portions of the UV map because they will not be overlapping whenever you apply textures. You're also going to need to create a second UV map for CSGs called the shadow map. If you do not have this, it will not work. And for that map, you want to have all of your mesh be unwrapped like this. Go ahead and assign some materials. And I will assign this island to material 2. One more thing you're going to want to do is you're going to want to triangulate your mesh. And it's good practice generally to ensure that the normals are correct. So recalculate outside will usually do it for you. And CSGs tend to be pretty large, so I'm going to scale this guy up quite a bit. There we go. Let me go ahead and apply some textures to this guy. So generally, each material on your CSG will have 3 textures. A diffuse, which is the normal texture, a normal texture, which is how lighting affects your CSG, and a material texture, which is basically saying how reflective and if there are any light emitting portions of your CSG. In this case, I'm going to just use a diffuse and a normal texture for my materials. All right, for my material 01, I'm going to just add this for my diffuse, this for my normal, and this to get my normal working. I've already created some textures, so I'm going to just quickly use those. Give me a second here to find it once again. Sorry about that. guess I didn't apply that to a different material. Huh, how did I do that? There we go. Alright, that's material 1 sorted. And that's material 2 sorted. Alright, this guy is ready for exporting. We're going to export this as an FBX. Right, we should be good. One more thing I forgot to mention is your textures for your CSGs have to have a settings file in the same directory with them. So in this case, you're going to need this file. And you're going to want to change this top directory to whatever the current directory is. So as you can see, this matches. Okay, once we've done that, we're ready to use Papatran. So inside of your game directory, you'll be able to go to bin, go to tools, and use these two tools with your CMD prompt to convert models and textures into Papa files, which is how the game uses them. You won't have any of these other files. I added these just to make life easier. You'll have to have a default file, though, to do some of the conversions. And here are some of the commands you need to run on your files through the command prompt. Oops. Once we're in this directory, we need to add some files in here. And we're going to use this command to convert that into a valid Papa. And it worked. All right, let's do the same for my textures. All right, I don't feel like running that command every time I do a conversion, so I wrote this little script that just goes through for me and converts everything that can be converted. All right, we have all the files converted now. Now this should work in game, but you'll need to set up a brush in order to use it. So as you see, you've created this test brush, which just links to the model. And you need to add that brush to a biome. You can create a new biome, which is what I did in this case, that isn't accessible, but it loads whenever the mod is loaded. So that'll add the CSG to the game, basically. And if you want your CSG to be usable in the UI, you'll want to okay, well, first off, you need to add the brush via this line of text, code, whatever. You can add a group to it. So in the UI, it'll use this group under the biome. Let's go to the UI and show you the other half of this. There it is. So in here, all you need to do is add the biome, which is this guy. Actually, this is the biome. I don't remember exactly which is which, but make sure these are both your new biome that has the brushes in it. And once you've done that, you should be good to go. Let's go ahead and see if that CSG works. Wait a second, I didn't actually update the model, did I? I did not. Okay, cool. It was test CSG. All right, that should work. Let's fire up Planetary Annihilation and see if we're good. Ah, hey, look. Sorry, I just used a basic icon. I'll show you that in a second here. And, oh, I left it as subtractive. Oh well, as you can see, it worked. If you want this to work in-game, you'll need to create a server mod version of your client-side guy. Sorry for the really bad quality on this. I'm pretty sleepy, even though it is 10 a.m. There you go, that's where you save your little icons for the CSGs. And I will be including my mod in the description of this video for you to download and edit as you see fit. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I'll have a lot better content soon. Bye.